screen share. So let's see if I can make it bigger.
It's okay, it's big enough.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So it's just a strange image, but it's one that opens up. Sorry. Can I get rid of that? It's one that opens us up to a lot of questions that we can ask. So when you see this photo, what questions come to your mind?
Oh, I don't know. It's old stairs and this iron railing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it's part of a old house because but the house isn't there.
Yeah, right. Good. So, what kinds of questions do you think the photographer was having? What do you think the photographer was thinking when he or she took this photo?
Um, mm, what kind of questions?
Yeah, what kinds
Uh,
of questions come to mind?
mm, how old is this object? Or
Yeah.
I don't know. Where is the house?
Okay, right. Yeah, where'd it go? Where is it now? Yeah, good, good. Okay,
Maybe I don't
yes.
know.
Okay. Thank you. I see we have another student joining us today. How do I say your name?
It's Biswa.
Biswa. Okay, it's nice to
Yes,
meet you, Biswa.
me too.
And when you look at this photograph, what questions come to your mind?
Okay. Uh, Stairway to Nowhere.
Hmm. Yeah, what questions would you want to ask the photographer, or say the builders, or the people who live there? What questions do you want to ask about the photo?
Okay, I'm gonna ask him, why did you take this photo?
Hmm. Hmm.
Actually, it's not leading to anywhere. Um,
Right.
yes.
Good.
There.
Yeah. So let's take a look. Let's see here. Keep that down here. So we've come up with some questions to ask the photographer. Um, so let's see. Now what I want you to do is, not since especially since there's two of you, what I'd like you to do is first one of you is going to pretend to be the photographer. Okay? So each of you take a moment and think about what you think the photographer was thinking, and what questions might be asked, and then I'm gonna have you do a role play in a minute where you ask and answer each other questions about this photograph, and then we'll move on to some others where you get to choose a photograph that you like, and we'll talk about them and ask questions and play a guessing game. So take a moment, think about putting yourself into the mind of the photographer. uh, what was she thinking? What was he
Okay,
thinking?
who is going to be photographer and who is going to ask questions?
Oh, well, I hadn't decided who was going first, but let's see. How about the first time through, Biswa, you'll be the photographer, and is it how do I say your name? I didn't ask you.
Francesc.
Francesc, thank you. I thought so, but I didn't want to say it wrong. And then we will rotate positions after that. We'll take turns. So just take a moment to think, and when you have your questions ready, you can go ahead and start asking. Start the interview.
Hmm. Which country is this ladder from?
Are you asking me?
Hmm. Yeah, just use
Okay.
your imagination.
Okay. You know what? Once I went to a picnic to the top of the hill, and at the top of the hill, I found out this staircase leading to nowhere. But the legend say it belongs to New Zealand, as you asked the country. So the legend say it's a staircase that leads to heaven. Some of people might believe in this kind of things, but I don't believe it might be true or not.
Hmm. Oh, it seems that it's a abandoned house. Why the inhabitants abandoned this house?
No, no, it's a not a house. It's a legend. They just build it. I have no idea. It's a right or wrong. People saying that as I said before, it's a staircase that leads to the heaven for the people, the purest person, the purest people. Means I mean the people, those who have purest heart, they can find the staircase to the heaven. Or the other person, those are not pure, they can.
Oh,
That's the myth.
I couldn't catch all you're telling to me, but it seems that this ladder is only a ladder. It's like
It's,
a sculpture. It's like a nonsense object.
yeah, it's a myth
It's a
or true.
myth.
Yeah, it's a myth.
Oh, ew, what is the meaning of this myth?
It's a
It's a
mystery.
ladder to nowhere. It's a ladder to nowhere.
Yeah, it's a staircase to nowhere.
It's only for things people like us uh, talking about it. It's a way to enhance our imagination.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a in a jungle. There is jungle. There is a mountain here. The mountain is the top of the. You can find this staircase. And I asked about this staircase. Some of the people they are living nearby to it. They said the story about it. It might be true or it might not be, but I don't know. So this is this is the photo of that staircase. Could you believe that that could be possible? People can go to the heaven. I don't believe it.
Oh, maybe. Why not?
Yeah.
And sorry, probably you have said who built this ladder, but I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. Who built this ladder?
uh, it's a long story. It's a I don't know exactly who built this staircase.
All right, great. Thanks, you two. Hello, Aka. Thanks for joining us. Did you have any questions for our photographer about our stairway to heaven?
No. How do I
Hello.
respond?
All right. Well, Aka, I'd like you to take a moment then, while you're listening, and pretend that you're the photographer, and think about what's happening in this photo and what you're going to say when people ask you questions. So
Okay.
imagine a situation. So now, for the two of you who've already gone, Biswa and Francesc, would you please switch roles? So if you were asking questions, now you're going to be answering them.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Yeah, so I'd like you to switch places. So now, instead of being the photographer, I'd like you to be the one asking questions, or vice versa. So let's see, first time, I forgot, last time, who did I have as the photographer? I've already forgotten.
I was the photographer.
Okay, so now you're asking questions, that's right.
Okay, who is the
Okay.
photographer now? Actually, there's two people.
Well, I'm giving Aka a chance to think, so we'll all be asking Aka questions in a moment.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So you two just continue, but switch places. Does that make sense? And then we'll all ask Akka questions, and Akka can ask questions after that.
Okay.
About some other photos. Good.
Okay, Akka, tell me, where did you take this photo?
Oh, I took this photo in a museum.
Wow.
In Modern Art Museum in New York. Probably.
Can you tell something about this staircase?
Yes, it's a kind of modern art. So it could be a funny picture, no purpose. So it's art, the modern art in Modern Art Museum in New York. So it's I don't know what it represents for, but kind of I can say title of this this art is a kind of dead end stairway.
It's a signboard, right?
Yeah.
So this is the opposite now. We have a dead end stairway. Okay. Great. So, are there any other questions that anybody wants to ask about this photo, the different ideas we have? Or we can move on to another selection of photos and begin talking about them. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and move on. I'm going to end the screen share. Okay, so let's see. The page needs to be reloaded. Here we go. So, here we're going to look at some photos, and they're all a little bizarre, or most of them are a little strange. So, here's what we're going to do. Each of us, some of them aren't showing again. Let me reload again. There. Hopefully they'll all stay. Okay. So we have some photos here, and what I'd like you to do is to look at them for a moment. I'd like you to select a photo and think of some descriptions, some what's going on in this photo. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask each other questions about our photos and try to guess from the answers which photo each person has chosen. So, take a moment and choose your photo from one of these. Okay. So, has everyone chosen a photo?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, great. So, I'm going to be the first one, okay? And what you're going to do is each of you is going to ask me a question until one of you can guess which photo is my photo. So, how about, let's see, we have Hussein, you've joined us. Would you like to go first and ask me a question?
Okay. Should I ask a question to you?
Yes, please.
So, should I ask you a question about what?
Well, your goal is to guess which photo I'm looking at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. Can you, okay. What's the general idea of your photo, maybe?
The general feeling of it is something that's sort of funny. It makes me smile.
Okay. Makes you smile.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some sheeps in it?
There's not a sheep, but there is an animal.
Okay. Yeah. Is it a donkey?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is there a guy on the donkey?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
The first one, right? So, this gives you an idea. So, It's going to be rather simple, but it's just to form different kinds of questions. That's our main goal here today. And so we'll be looking at different photos and asking questions. Thanks, Hussein, for going first. Let's see. We'll just go down the line. Francesc, would you go ahead and ask questions to Hussein about his photo?
Hi, Hussein. Which photo are you watching at? Oh, I think there are there persons in it?
No, actually, in my photo, there's no person.
Oh, I think so. Are there animals?
Yeah, there are animals in it.
Maybe you're watching the ships near the cliff.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright, great. Thanks. So we'll just go ahead and move down the line. Biswa, go ahead and ask Francesc questions about his photo.
Okay. Okay. Where did you take this photo?
Oh, I take this photo in Scotland.
In
I took
Scotland?
this photo in Scotland.
Good.
I had friend who worked with ships, so he was
Is it a desert?
it's
Kind of
not
look
really a
like a desert.
it's not really a desert. There are good grass there, and in order to feed the ships, but it's a little bit dangerous because sometimes a feed falls down and the sharks eat ships this day. But I couldn't convince the ships not to go to the cliff, the edge of the edge of the cliff.
Yep.
Because ships are not very intelligent animals.
Alright, good. Thank you. Okay, so Aka, will you please ask Biswa about his photograph?
Okay. Hello, Biswat. And
Hi.
are there people in your picture?
You mean, are there any people in that picture?
Yes.
Yes, there are some picture. There was some picture behind me. There
Behind me.
actually, yes. I saw that boy, the boy. Actually the donkey belongs to that boy, and he was playing with that donkey. So I thought I should take that picture. So I took it.
I see. So, do you know why he ride on the donkey in unique way?
Opposite way, right?
Yeah, opposite way.
Because I was taking the picture, so he wanted to. Actually, I told him to move backward so I can take your picture also. So he turned opposite side. That's why.
So, where did you take this picture?
From a desert.
Is it?
Yes, Rajasthan.
Okay. And okay.
Alright, so Aka, how about I ask you some questions and guess which photo you're thinking of?
Okay.
Let me see. Does your photo have people in it?
Yes.
Does it have one person?
No.
Does it have two people?
No.
Does it have three?
Yes.
Oh, are they women?
Yes.
Are
Probably.
they on a moving sidewalk?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it the photo in the bottom left corner?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. So, does anyone have any questions about asking questions, how to form the questions that you're trying to ask before we move on to our next activity. Okay, so what I'd like to talk about next is, I showed you some strange photos that had some bizarre things happening because I wanted to talk about, well, strange things. As I said in my description, I wanted to talk about day trips. And so, trips, if we say something is a trip, wow, that's a trip. In California English, does anybody know what that expression means? That's a trip. That's a trip.
It's a travel.
Ah, okay. That's a guess.
Or I don't know. It's
Maybe
it has different meaning, I think.
It does. It does.
I think it means it will take a lot of time. Maybe.
Okay. It could have that meaning. It could have both of those meanings. It has a third meaning, and it means, whoa, that was weird. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like saying, whoa, that was weird. What a trip, or that's a trip, right? That's a trip. Whoa, that was weird. All right. So the staircase to nowhere, it's weird. The boy riding backwards, it's weird. So I want to know, like, what are some of the weird things that you've seen in your travels, in your daily life? What's the weirdest thing you've seen? I've seen some pretty weird things. How about you? I'd like to get some different weird situations, and then we can ask each other questions about them. So maybe I should go first and tell you the weirdest thing I ever saw? What do you think? Shall I go first?
Maybe I can talk about one.
Good, great, thank you.
It's not the weirdest thing maybe I have ever seen, but last year I was in France and I discovered that the people blow their noses.
Blow their noses?
Noises. For example, in classes they blow their noises and they like and nobody laughs at it. I don't know. It's
Like,
very normal.
In an online class here on Verbally?
No, like for example, normal class in the university, they do that. For example, a person blows his or her nose in the class. For example, it's very quiet. Someone is doing this and nobody is laughing.
Okay.
It's not weird. It seems to me very weird actually. In my country, if you do that, most probably people will laugh at you like, "Oh, what did you do?"
Okay, so in your country, would somebody excuse themselves from the room, maybe step outside, blow their nose, and then return?
Yeah, that's the normal way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I mean like they do it very not. It's not very quiet. It's like it's very. It really sounds. You really hear it.
I see. Yeah, that is. I find that strange. Where is this happening? Where are you? First, where are you?
I saw it in France.
Okay, you saw it in France, and where are you from?
I'm from Turkey.
Okay. Gosh, I'm not sure what's normal here anymore. What I would prefer to do, I would prefer to step outside. Especially if it were going to be noisy. If it were going to be quiet, I would still prefer to go outside, or at least go to the back of the classroom, just outside the door or something.
I do it quietly.
Yeah, I do it quietly as well. I spent, there's different cultures and different cultural values on this. In some places, spitting is quite normal. In some places, tissues are not required when you blow your nose. And I find that a little shocking too. So, but it's just it's cultural differences. So, okay. So that's the strangest thing you've seen recently then?
No, maybe it's not the strangest thing, but it was strange.
Yeah,
I remember that. No.
yeah, it's something that kind of threw you off. Yeah. I don't want to talk bad about any particular country, but I spent some time in a country, and they were very, very fond of spitting, and they made lots of noise about it, and I never did adjust. It never did become okay for me, so I can understand. All right, thank you. Who else would like to share strangest thing or a bizarre thing or something unusual?
Yeah. Nowadays, how can I say? There are a lot of vending machines here on the street, and nowadays, some of them began to talk. So when I approach to the vending machine say, "How may I help you?" or something like that in Japanese,
Oh my.
and after I press the button, and vending machine says, "Thank you very much." I thought that's weird. I'm not good at all if the machine says thank you. But some vending machine has a lottery. If I won the lottery, I got an extra
Oh,
one coffee, canned coffee or something. That's
really?
nice service, but I don't
That is
think
nice.
talking is not necessary for vending machine, in
Yeah,
my
but I like
opinion.
the idea of free stuff. What does everyone else think?
I think people like it. I think because it's extra one. But
Yeah.
anyway, in the end, the customer have to pay for that for the cost of the,
That's
you
true.
know.
That's true. They
Yeah.
probably raise the price a little, don't they? All right, cool. Thanks. Who's left? So, when I think of strange things, I've seen some very strange things. So, I don't know. Maybe I should save mine for last. Uh, but do you so far? Does anyone have any questions to ask about the strange things we've heard so far, like, or the interesting things? Like, do you have any questions about any of these? Like,
Oh, I want to tell you about a very strange thing. Actually, I haven't. I have. I I didn't. I haven't been there, but in a movie, I saw a town or a city in USA where they have a very big ball of wool or something like that of yarn, but it's a very big. It's a 20 meters ball of yarn.
of yarn.
Yes, I don't know. I I couldn't believe it. I don't know. I think I thought maybe there aren't animals or something interesting there.
Right.
Um, but a ball, I think, is for tourists. But
Yeah.
I can understand it.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might have
Have
done
you
it.
have you
Was
heard
it?
of it?
No, but well, I've heard of similar things like the world's largest rubber band ball, the biggest
Oh, thing like that.
burger.
Oh, it's
Americans
okay.
like to
Yeah.
do this sort of thing. So, yeah, I've actually gone ahead and pulled up a link. I'm going to go ahead and share it because it's got the 13th strangest roadside attractions in America, right? So, these are little towns with very little to be nothing to be famous for. uh, on the side of a highway somewhere, and so they want people to stop in their town. So they come up with things like, here's the world's largest ball of twine. So it's not yarn, this one is twine. Um, we have a Prada store in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
We have some very interesting cars buried in the ground.
But in this case, it's a little bit an art sculpture. It can consider an sculpture, but it's not the cars.
Yeah, I don't know why they do these things. They do it just to get attention. So,
Oh yes, it's okay, but the largest yarn ball, it's okay, but it's a nonsense.
it is nonsense.
Sorry.
Oh, I agree. It's totally nonsense, and I think it's hilarious. And the small town America is a very interesting and funny place because people have nothing to do. So they find things to do, and they push over cows. It's called cow tipping. They surf in the back of pickup trucks, like they tie a rope to the back of the truck and then stand in the truck and like surf. They shoot road signs with shotguns. They build the world's largest ball of yarn. they find things to do.
Maybe they are tired to see each other's faces, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's just a matter of finding a reason to laugh, to smile, to have people stop their cars when they drive through your town and take a photo and maybe spend a few dollars.
A weird, strange sense of humor, and I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely involves a strange sense of humor. That's right. Yeah, good. Okay, so when I think about the strangest thing I've seen, like I've driven through America and I've seen some weird things, like big dinosaurs on the side of the road and like just weird stuff. But the weirdest thing I ever saw was in New Mexico. And you might think I'm crazy, okay? But I promise you, my friend was with me, and I asked him first what he saw to make sure he saw what I saw, and he saw what I saw. I saw a man in the middle of the night in a small town in New Mexico run across the street and turn into a coyote and run away into the desert.
Coyote? What is coyote?
It's like a wolf, but different.
In your dream? Or?
No. I was driving. I was very much awake, driving my car. My friend was sitting next to me. We both saw it happen, said, "Oh my God!" And I looked at him and I said, "Brian, what did you see?" And he said, "I saw a man turn into a coyote." And that's what I saw. I know it sounds crazy, but there's been stories about this kind of thing in this area of the country for hundreds of years. And I saw one. So, yeah, ask me questions. Are you crazy or were you on drugs? Ask me whatever questions you want, because it's a crazy story. So, what do you think?
I think it comes from American movies.
Okay. And I watched movies. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's a naturalist is making a research about coyotes. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's a weird way to investigate coyotes.
Right. It is. Have you heard these stories about? Because there's stories about medicine men or shaman. Shaman. There's a lot of every ancient culture has stories of shaman.
Yeah, I know.
The stories in this region of the United States about shaman include the ability to turn into animals, animagi. So, what do you think? If you saw this, it was like 3:30 in the morning. It was dark. It was, it was late. I was tired, right? There were a lot of things at play. If you were me, what would you ask yourself? What would you think if you saw this? Because I saw it.
I don't know. Maybe it was about drugs.
You think?
It's possible shamans may use drugs.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Maybe they who knows, maybe they were on like peyote and they thought they were a wolf and they started running on all fours and it was dark and it just looked that way, right? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. I thought you meant me for a second. I thought you meant me and I was like,
maybe
what?
you're
No, I was driving. No. I was tired. That was it.
I think in the past I kind of UFO misunderstanding happened to me.
Okay.
On the way home at night, I saw a strange shiny dot on the sky, and I thought it was a helicopter or airplane, but that dot flies irregularly. helicopter or airplanes fly straight, but
Right.
that dot, you know,
Was doing this.
backward, yeah, such kind of movement. So I thought
Was
it was
zigzag.
UFO. Wow, UFO existed. I was pretty excited at night, but the next day I found a news on local section on the newspaper. UFO incident happened in my town, and a lot of people called police to identify or report that. And
Okay.
actually, it was a kind of searchlight or spotlight to promote a newly developed gambling place.
Really?
So I could identify it. Yeah.
So has this light come out again? Have you seen it again? I mean, if they spent so much money on this light, surely they would use it more than once.
But maybe it became an incident. Maybe police might claim that don't do that because it reflected a cloudy sky, so totally UFO-like image. Exact image
Yeah.
I watched on UFO on TV or film.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. Has anyone else seen a UFO? What do you think? Have you seen it? I mean, because a UFO, I mean, when you see it, it's unidentified. So have you ever seen anything in the sky you couldn't explain, or seen anything so bizarre that you have to just say, that couldn't be real? I guess a lot of it depends on how open your mind is to these things, too. Has anyone else seen anything really strange?
Yes, I saw a great ball of fire flying through the sky, and it was very big. And in the newspapers the next day, I read about this ball of fire. It was uh, a hundred of kilometers far away from me, and I don't know. It it didn't fall down. So, but there are a few information about that, about this fact, and I don't know. I really don't know at present what this, but it's like a meteorite or kind of. Um, have you seen Armageddon?
Have I seen what?
Armageddon. Armageddon is a film
Armageddon.
about Armageddon.
Oh, Armageddon, yeah. Armageddon.
But that go through really near.
Yeah. I keep
that
looking up here
went
because
through
I have
really
a
near.
meteorite. I keep looking up because I have a meteorite on
Maybe
my
it
bookshelf.
was the same.
Maybe it was. I found it
You
with my
catch
dad
it.
when I was younger. Yeah. This one right here is big enough to make a pretty good sized fireball.
Yeah.
Because
It's expensive. Maybe you can
I could probably
sell it.
Yeah, I could probably get a few $1,000s for it. It depends on what kind of meteorite it is. A few hundred, a few thousand. Some of them are $10,000. I've actually thought about it, but I'm too fond of it. Yeah.
Have you investigated about it? What is the material or something like that?
The only test I did is I used my dad's metal detector, and it set off the metal detector. So it has a very heavy metal content to it. But no, I haven't taken it to any scientists. I have a friend who's a geologist, but I don't know if he knows anything about meteorites. I should ask him. So, yeah. I saw a weird green fireball one time with my friend, and I'm not even joking, a different friend. A green fireball came down, and it was like maybe a mile away, and it came down and it stopped, and then just, like, it just went in on itself and disappeared. Who knows? Who knows? Was it a secret military aircraft, or was it some weird meteorological phenomenon? I don't know. I don't know.
Both of you saw this.
Mhm. Yeah. Mine was green. I don't. It was very strange. So, and it was close to the ground. It was maybe, only a few hundred meters off the ground when it disappeared. So,
Maybe an optical sight, something like a reflex or something like that.
yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was some trick of the sunset, right?
Yeah.
If you go to the big island of Hawaii, in Kona at sunset, if you're really lucky, they say there's a green flash that happens when the sun goes down. I've never seen it, so maybe it's something like that. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any last questions for today? I'm sorry we got to a late start. I know how to solve the problem in the future, so I won't just be like in a panic, going, "What's wrong?" So yeah, I really do apologize for that. So.
It's okay. Thank you, teacher.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you very much.
See you next time. Bye bye.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
See you
See you
soon.
soon.
Okay, take care.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Bye
Yeah.
bye.